明德學院及德魯克管理學院呈現管理跨時代。管理跨時代，黃月歡、袁文俊、陳潔平主持。歡迎大家收聽管理跨時代論壇嘅錄音轉播。管理跨時代論壇呢，今次集合咗3位重量級嘅講者，以及係13位受訪過嘅嘉賓呢，再次出席論壇呢，分享佢哋對博雅管理嘅一啲嘅心得同埋經驗。喺第一、二節呢，分別有明德學院校務委員會主席陳坤耀教授、Trucker Lab 研究總監 Professor Joseph Maciarello 以及係亞洲金融集團總裁陳智思先生呢，分別呢就呢一個博雅管理啦，分享佢哋自己唔同嘅獨特睇法噶。其中陳坤耀教授將會解釋啦乜嘢係 liberal art， 佢都係為 liberal art 作出中文博雅管理嘅定名噶。各位來賓、各位先生女士，歡迎嚟到由明德學院、彼得德魯克管理學院以及係新城財經台合辦嘅管理跨時代論壇啊！第一位就係明德學院校務委員會主席陳坤耀教授。好，我哋呢有請陳教授上嚟同我哋分享 Management as an art based on liberal art。
All through my career, I'm familiar with liberal arts, with an S. But now I was introduced to something called a liberal art. So I want to ask the question, what are the differences between art, liberal art, and liberal arts? So once and for all, I want to, use this opportunity to clarify for myself and maybe for everybody else, what are the differences among these different concepts. Management is an art, management as a liberal art, and then management and the liberal arts education. It seems we have been using all these terms without a very clear, distinction. Management is an art. I think that is quite clear. To me, management is not a science. It's not even a social science. Because there's no such, in a sense, what I call single, self-contained discipline called management. Unlike physics, chemistry, economics, it's very distinctive a subject. Consistently, they have theories, they have their specific contents. Management is really a subject bringing in many other disciplines together. Basically, it's economics, psychology. For example, in marketing, you use a lot of psychology. Sociology, knowing people in management, HR, organizational behavior. All this will be sociology, psychology, and economics, statistics, public administration. I think management is a subject drawing many other disciplines together rather than a subject in itself. So it's perfectly, legitimate and perfectly, of course, acceptable that management is an art rather than a science. You are managing people. That is in the spirit of Peter Drucker. Right? You are managing people, you are dealing with people, and therefore it's an art, so that I understand. But actually, Peter Drucker, I tried to look at the literature, he only touched on this concept, management as a liberal art, towards very much the end of his career. The first time he mentioned this possibly was in a short article, a few pages, in 1988. So actually, management as a liberal art is not very original. Peter Drucker, I'm sorry to say. But you can interpret from all his earlier writings, imply in it the human element, the importance of an amicable working environment. Human beings, people. And therefore, we have the idea of management as a liberal art. So I decided to make up my own translation. It's called 博雅. 博雅, the connotation is 學識要博, 做人要雅. That would sum up, liberal arts. The management style is the same. The managers should be 博 and also 雅. So that would be, the 博雅. So I was wondering when the term first came up, how it was translated into Chinese, before the term 博雅, was created. So liberal arts education is totally a different concept from a liberal art, I have to say. So I want to make a distinction here. Right? A liberal art and liberal arts or liberal arts education are very different. The liberal arts education, as I said, carries various distinctive meanings. In a narrow sense, it may be some of you study in a major in a university. You choose a lot of humanities subjects. Maybe that is called liberal arts major. That's a very narrow sense of liberal arts major in some of the universities. But in a broad sense, liberal arts education means the practice of some very distinctive teaching and learning processes in a very small residential liberal arts college. Now then, but the clue in Peter Drucker's teaching is that a company practicing management as a liberal art will possibly survive and even excel because of what the discipline it emphasizes: responsibility, relationship building, trust building, coping with diversity, etc. Now, all these would make the firm, a very excellent firm, not only for the human point of view, but also for the profit point of view. But again, from an economist's point of view, trans-mechanism is not clear. In economics, you always talk about from one variable to the other variable. We are very concerned about a transmission mechanism, how you reach from A to B. But in this case, I can see some connection, but to me, it's not exact. But liberal arts education is different. Liberal arts education nurtures whole persons. I always say the aim of liberal arts education is ABC, to nurture someone who's adaptable, who can think, and who can create. Now, these are the objectives of liberal arts education. And if you transfer all these attributes to practice of management, you will say you will make great management in this modern world, especially in this new economy with disruptive technological changes. So for me, liberal arts education is very important, for Peter Drucker's management philosophy, and it's a foundation of it. And we can establish a very clear transmission mechanism from liberal arts education to successful management. So management is not an art, but an art based on liberal arts education for the successful management of firm. Thank you very much.
好，接住落嚟呢，呢一位嘅講者都係非常之重分量嘅。咁頭先呢，其實陳教授都提過啦，佢係嚟自 Trucker Lab 嘅研究總監就係 Professor Joseph Maciarello 啦。
I'd like to speak about the practice of management as a liberal art and focus on one of the key dimensions of management as a liberal art, and that is the human dimension, with interactions with wealth creation and social concern. Well, because of the human dimension, management always lives, works, and practices in and for an institution, which is a human community held together by the bond. Next to the bond of the family is the most powerful human bond, that is the work bond. And all this requires values when you deal with the human being, you see, and that's kind of gets to the heart of the value dimension of management, okay? And it's more than technique. And precisely because the object of management is a human community, when introducing the iPad 2 in March 2001, Steve Jobs summarized Apple's strategy as it is in the DNA of Apple that technology alone is not enough. It is technology married with the liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the results that make our hearts sing. This really echoes the heart of Drucker's approach to management and the practice of management as liberal art. A lot of technology alone is not enough, Jobs says. Computer scientists must work together with artists and designers. The best ideas emerge from an intersection of technology and the humanities. So they're creating human capital within people at the bottom of the economic and social pyramid so that they can learn, develop rapidly, and escape poverty. You see the interactions here between a human dimension, a social concern, and wealth creation. So it's a powerful example of economic development achieved by investing in the development of human beings. So here's some questions that you can apply. It's really impossible to isolate managing and developing people from creating wealth and managing social responsibilities. Social benefit accrues as we develop people and as we meet the needs of society. While we can focus on one dimension of MLA or the other, it will impinge on the other dimensions as we have illustrated. The three aspects of our course question, people, wealth, and society, are really a whole.
第二節由 Professor Joseph Maciarello 啦講到啦，佢以 Apple 啦作為一個嘅例子，而 Steve Jobs 啦曾經提過一定要用 human factor 去做管理，因為咧無論你管理一個咩嘅企業咧，都係要同人去接觸㗎。